So now we are discussing dynamic state of body constants with the help of concept of metabolism. So yesterday we discussed the various types of metabolic reactions. So with the help of metabolic reactions, organism is able to produce a number of biomolecules. What are those biomolecules? Previously we studied maybe protein, DNA, RNA, enzymes like that. So these are the biomolecules. So because of metabolism, metabolic reactions, metabolism results in the formation of a number of biomolecules. Okay, so under hygienic condition, the concentration of biomolecule must be at optimum level. According to your textbook, that particular concentration of biomolecule, a particular concentration of biomolecule. So concentration of that biomolecule. Given word turnover is given. First statement, turnover. What is that turnover? Turnover number. Turnover number means a particular amount or concentration of that molecule. Simply, we can take that is optimum concentration. For example, if you observe a lab report, for example, in that lab report, first one, biological reference. Next, quantity of concerned organic matter. Biological reference, quantity of organic matter present in the concerned patient. So on the base of a so-called comparison, we can say that some molecule is deficient in the concerned person. What we have to do? We have to write some medicines, prescriptions to restore that particular concentration of biomolecule. So this turnover number is nothing but concentration of that biomolecule. And always these biomolecules are in flux. Flux means, what about the flux? Biomolecules are subjected to flux. Flux is nothing but transportation. Transportation. Flux means transportation. So within the organism, breaking and making is taking place. Breaking and making. What is the term? Breaking and making. For example, A is converted into B. A molecule is converted into B molecule, for example. What about the concentration of A? Declined. Now, B is converted into C, for example. What about the concentration of B? Declined. Now, for example, C is able to produce A molecule. A restored or not? So within the organism, a particular biomolecule is converted into other biomolecule. That other biomolecule is able to produce a third biomolecule, for example. Third one into fourth one. Now some percentage of fifth one is involved in the formation of A molecule. So always the concentration of biomolecule is not fixed, subjected to fluctuation. Okay, right? So this flux, transportation and maintenance of biomolecules depends on rate of metabolism only. Okay, and what about unit of measure? Unit of measure of that biomolecule is moles per liter or moles per cell. Okay, And some examples given for breaking and making. For example, amino acid. Amino acid subjected to decarboxylation. So after complete decarboxylation, the product is amine. Amine is produced. So that is one breaking reaction. And hydrolysis of sucrose. For example, sucrose is a disaccharide with glycosidic bond between glucose molecule and fructose plus one molecule of H2O, hydrolysis, gives rise glucose molecule and fructose molecule. So here breaking of sucrose molecule. So sucrose is hydrolyzed sucrose molecule. Sucrose is a disaccharide. The bond, what are the monomers present between those two? What are the monomers? Glucose and fructose. These two are linked by N-glycosidic bond, glycosidic bond. So if it is hydrolyzed, glucose and fructose produced. So because of breaking of sucrose, glucose and fructose are produced. It is part of digestion. So during digestion, sucrose is converted into monomers. These monomers are transported to each and every living cell with the help of blood in the case of animals, human beings. Okay, right? So this is part of digestion. So overall, metabolism is nothing but both a catabolism and anabolism. Because of that, a number of biomolecules are produced. For example, here I'm taking aerobic respiration. In aerobic respiration, what are the steps present in aerobic respiration? So first one is glycolysis. So what is the glycolysis? One glucose molecule is converted into two molecules of pyruvic acid. So glucose into two molecules of pyruvic acids. So total number of reactions, 10 reactions. 10 reactions. Okay, so one glucose into two pyruvic acids. So that is a breakdown reaction. Glucose is with 6 carbon atoms convert into product, and each product is having 3 carbons only. So breaking reaction. And if this pyruvic acid is completely oxidized, next step is link reaction. During link reaction, two molecules of pyruvic acid is partially oxidized into two molecules of acetyl coenzyme A. Now, acetyl coenzyme A is subjected to TCA cycle, tricarboxylic acid cycle, or Krebs cycle. Now, acetyl coenzyme is completely oxidized. And last step, fourth one is electron transport system, ETS. We will see this mechanism in second year only. So overall, aerobic oxidation of one glucose molecule is able to produce how much amount of energy? Net gain of ATP? Net ATP produced is 38. Okay, so ATP is produced. So it is an exergonic reaction. So that is about aerobic respiration. How many reactions are present? Is it a single step? Many steps are present. Many reactions are present. Usually within the organism, there is no single step reaction. Maximum number of metabolic reactions are multi-step reactions only. All these multi-steps collectively called as metabolic pathways. Metabolic pathways. So within the organism, that metabolic pathway includes conversion and synthesis of a number of biomolecules. So here within the organism, a number of biomolecules are moving from one location to other location. And we can compare The movement of biomolecules with the automobile traffic. Within the automobile traffic, a number of vehicles are moving with a proper velocity and direction and destination. So like that, within the organism also, a number of biomolecules are transported from one to other location. So here within the organism, molecular traffic is present, like automobile traffic. Okay, so any mishap is happened. For example, on the road accident happened. That is rarest case or not? Is usual case? Very rarest one. Like that, if if the concentration of any biomolecule is declined or more than required, it leads to what? Abnormal condition, diseased condition. Okay, right? So within the organism, any reaction is catalyzed reaction only, regulated by a particular enzyme. Even dissolution of CO2 in water, carboxylation of water, needs one type of enzyme, that is carbonic anhydrase enzyme is required. So all the reactions which are taking place within the organism are catalyzed reactions only. What is that catalysis? For example, A is converted into B. So here one enzyme is required. What is the role of enzyme? That enzyme is able to convert a reactant or substrate into product. So within so-called metabolic reactions, that is either anabolic reaction or catabolic reaction, each and every step is regulated by a biocatalyst, that is an enzyme. And under the heading, next page, that is what about a concept of metabolism? Some examples given for so-called catabolic and anabolic reactions. For example, conversion of acetic acid into cholesterol, anabolic reaction. Usually in our body, glucose is completely oxidized. We are generally obligate aerobes. But what about our skeletal muscles? Some tissues are deep seated, which are not able to get enough amount of oxygen. For example, heavy exercise, heavy work. Under these conditions, what about the amount of oxygen available to that deep seated tissue? Very less. Under these conditions, our skeletal muscles are able to perform lactic acid fermentation. So glucose into two molecules of pyruvic acid. Two molecules of pyruvic acid is converted into two molecules of lactic acid. So lactic acid is produced within our skeletal muscles. Okay, so basically those cells are aerobic cells only, able to perform aerobic respiration. In the absence of oxygen, what type of oxidation they are performing, and they are following what type of metabolic pathway they are following? Anaerobic respiration. What is that anaerobic respiration? Glucose into pyruvic acids, pyruvic acid into lactic acid. So that is a lactic acid fermentation. Okay. So our skeletal muscular cells are facultative, yes, yes, facultative, facultative anaerobes. Wait. Facultative anaerobes. What is a facultative anaerobe? Basically, aerobe. If oxygen is available, aerobic respiration. If oxygen is not available, anaerobic respiration. So that cell is able to perform aerobic respiration, anaerobic respiration, basically aerobic. So hence the name facultative anaerobe. We will study this mechanism. Just in our textbook presently they gave us examples only. Okay, we will discuss examples only. And what about the path of glycolysis? Glucose into glucose 6-phosphate, fructose 6-phosphate, and 10 reactions. We will study that mechanism in second year only, not now. Just remember that example. We'll study the mechanism in second year only. Okay, not now. So third one is a TCA cycle. This one is the Krebs cycle. TCA, tricarboxylic acid cycle. We will see this one in second year only, not now. It is also called as a Krebs cycle. Just remember the word. The mechanism is not required. Moreover, for first year TCA cycle knowledge is not required. Leave it. Just remember glycolysis, glucose into pyruvic acid. And pyruvic acid is converted to lactic acid. Okay, right? So ultimately, the end product of metabolism is a number of biomolecules. Acetyl coenzyme A. ఇది వదిలేసేయండి అమ్మ, అవసరం లేదు. సెకండ్ ఇయర్లో చూసుకుందాం. ఈ పార్ట్ అవసరం లేదు. జస్ట్ అలా ఇచ్చాను ఎగ్జాంపుల్గా. మీ టెక్స్ట్ బుక్లో ఉంది, ఫాలో అవ్వండి. ఇది అవసరం లేదమ్మా. ఎసిటైల్ కోఎంజైమ్ ఏ, ఎసిటైల్ కోఎంజైమ్ ఏ, ఇదంతా అవసరం లేదన్నా. కట్ చేయండి. జస్ట్ కాపీ ఇట్ అండ్ లీవ్ ఇట్. విల్ సీ ఇన్ సెకండ్ ఇయర్. But remember, glucose is converted to pyruvic acid, and pyruvic acid is converted to lactic acid. Remember that one. That is enough for first year. Okay, cut this one. This is not required. So that is about aerobic respiration. And what about the steps present in anaerobic respiration? According to textbook flow chart, that is not required. Leave it. Take anaerobic respiration. Anaerobic respiration, that is lactic acid fermentation in our skeletal muscles. So first step is glucose is converted into 2 molecules of pyruvic acids. So this step is glycolysis. And 2 molecules of pyruvic acid into 2 molecules of lactic acid within our skeletal muscles. So skeletal muscle cells, those cells are called as facultative anaerobic cells. So these cells are called as facultative anaerobic cells. So basically they are aerobic cells and able to perform anaerobic also. Okay, right? So this part is catabolism. And to run any anabolic or catabolic reaction, compulsory ATP is required. Adenosine triphosphate, that is also biomolecule, energy currency of the cell. So during particularly respiration, catabolism, the energy released during oxidation is packed within the chemical bonds of ATP molecule. What is it? Adenosine triphosphate. What is adenosine? Adenosine is nucleoside. Adenosine plus 3 phosphates is ATP molecule, energy currency. Okay, so in all metabolic reactions, the source of energy is ATP molecule only, and hence the name energy currency of the cell. Okay, right? Next, last one, given one is what is living state. Take the screenshot, copy it. Okay. Now, what about the definition of a dynamic state of a body constituents? What is dynamic state? Simply flow of metabolites, like flow and transportation of vehicles in the traffic. So flow of metabolites. So flow of is called as dynamic state of body okay, flow of metabolites. If flow of metabolites is stopped, definitely the organism is going to reach equilibrium. Here, equilibrium in the organism means death of the organism. So now we have to look into what about a living state. So in organisms, how to define living state is very complicated one. For example, person is sleeping, for example, or in coma. What about the living state, present or absent? That is the question. So now we have to know what about a living state. So living state depends on flow of metabolites, and with the help of input of energy, the living state will be continued. What is a living state? We have to know. And in the second line, one statement was given. What about the concentration of glucose given in your textbook? For phytohormones, in the case of hormones, we are using nanograms, unit of measure. And in the case of that one, 4.2 milligrams per liter is given, or 6.1 milligrams per liter of so-called glucose is given. Remember that parameter, physical quantity. Now, what about living state? Living state is non-equilibrium steady state, able to perform work with the input of energy, with the input of energy. So that is the definition of a living state. According to physics, any system at equilibrium is not able to perform work. Now, against that one, what about a living state? It is a non-equilibrium steady state, able to perform work with the input of energy. So living state means organism is not at equilibrium. That is at non-equilibrium, means able to perform work. So living state is non-equilibrium steady state, steady state, steady state, able to perform work with the input of energy, with the input of energy. Okay, right? And this energy is coming from, what about the source of energy? Energy is coming from metabolism only. Metabolism. Then what is the difference between living state and metabolism? Living state is equal to metabolism. Both are same synonyms. Okay, so that is about a dynamic state of body constants, concept of metabolism and living state. Okay, so that is about a biomolecules part given in first year part. Enzymes also given, but we will study enzymes in second year only. In NCERT textbook, enzyme also biomolecule only. But according to Telugu Academy textbook, we have to study enzymes in second year only, not in first year. We will see that one second year only. Okay, right? So that is about biomolecules required for first year IP examination completed. Able to perform work. What is that work? Not only working inside the body, a number of reactions are taking place. So living state is present. Even though in coma, living state is present. Okay, right? Copy it. Right, now I'm erasing the board. We will study enzymes in second year, not now. According to NCERT, it is part of first year only, but we have to follow our board rule. According to our board, intermediate board rule, enzymes belongs to second year only, not first year part. We will see enzymes in second year, not now. Okay, so that is about biomolecules. And the next chapter is, just I will introduce the topic only. Next one is a cell cycle, cell division. Just now I'm going to just introduce the topic only. Okay, so what about a cell cycle and cell division? Okay, so here how many types of cell divisions are present? This topic is not new to you. You have been studying this topic from 8th class onwards, I think. Okay, so one, A mitosis. So A mitosis is not required for NEET and MCET. Leave it. Generally present in protozoans, protista members. And second one, mitosis. We have to study that one. Third one, meiosis. Okay. So these two are part of our NEET syllabus. These two enough. But I will explain you mitosis also. Okay, right? Now we should know what about a cell cycle. Cell cycle. For example, this is a mother cell. This is a mother cell. Take here mother cell. Okay, so cell cycle, for example, mitosis I am taking. First cell cycle, after that I will go back to types of cell divisions. So this is mother cell. Okay, division completed. Just I'm giving cell cycle only. Two daughter cells are produced. Daughter cell 1, 2. Okay, and again they can perform cell division. Again they are doing cell division. See, cell cycle. Okay, so mother into two daughter cells. Again, these two daughter cells are continuing same division in a cyclic manner or not. So now what about the definition of a cell cycle? Generally, starting from mother cell, all the events which are taking place within the mother cell up to the formation of two daughter cells in it, collectively called as a cell cycle. Moreover, daughter cells have to continue the same cell division. Then it is said to be cell cycle. Okay, right? So that's about definition of cell cycle. In a cell cycle, usually what are the phases? Okay, so what are the steps, events present in cell cycle? So events during cell cycle, for example, mitosis. What are the steps present in mitotic cell cycle? Okay, so for example, this is a mother cell, a cell undergoing division. Two daughter cells are produced. Okay, now what are the events present here? We can divide events into 1, 2, 3. What are they? G1, yes, G2. Okay, so G1, gap period 1, gap period 1, and this one is a gap period 2, and this one is a synthesis or synthetic phase. Okay, and now all these, first one, interphase with 3 subphases. What are they? G1, S, G2. So that is the interface. We will see detailed explanation. I will explain you tomorrow only. Just I'm giving outlines only. Interface. So wait. Somebody called me. Somebody called me. Sorry. Okay. Somebody called me. So interface. This is one phase. Next, remaining phases. What are they? Here I'm taking the remaining phase. Interface completed. Next one is M phase. Mitotic phase. M is nothing but a mitotic phase. Mitotic phase. So in that mitotic phase, first one is karyokinesis. M phase, karyokinesis. So we divided karyokinesis into four subphases. What are they? They are well known to you. Prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. What is karyokinesis? Division of nucleus. And last one, cytokinesis, division of cytoplasm. Okay, so far we discussed just cell cycle only. What are the major events? Okay, so we can divide cell cycle events majorly into interphase and M phase out of mitosis. And tomorrow we will see what about each and every phase. Just it is introduction part of cell cycle, cell division. Okay, right? We'll meet tomorrow to discuss next chapter, that is a cell division. Okay, bye. See you. We will meet tomorrow. Today enough. Okay, bye. See you. Copy it. Okay, bye. See you.